Ladies and gentlemen, federal employees, today we're going to talk about the handful of things that get deducted straight out of your FERS pension in retirement before you even see a dollar of it. Things that are going to be taken out that most people are shocked by, that they don't realize are going to be there, or maybe they know it's going to be there, they just don't realize the impact, what that actually means for them. So today we're going to dive in. If you are a federal employee, federal retiree, you're in a good spot. On this channel, we dive into how you can maximize your federal retirement and benefits so that you can go into retirement confident and comfortable. So let's dive right in. So if you don't know what your pension is going to be or how it's calculated, I've got whole videos on how that's done so that you know you're eligible for retirement, you can actually calculate it, all those things. But let's just do a very simple example right here, and then we'll get into all the things that come out of it, okay? So let's say your high 3 salary is $100,000, okay? I'm going to keep my numbers nice and simple here. Let's say you have 30 years of service, and let's say your multiplier is 1%. So again, you have 30 years of service, your multiplier is 1%. Again, if you want details of how this actually works and why, check out other videos. I'm not going to explain it here. Long story short, if this is the case, your pension would be $30,000 on a yearly basis. Again, $100K times 30 years times 1% equals, you're going to get $30,000 a year for the rest of your life. However, that's just the beginning of the math. Long story short, you have to divide this by 12 because in retirement, things are paid on a monthly basis. This is an annual number. You divide it by 12. Okay, so whatever your number is, divide it by 12 to get a monthly number. And here are the things that get deducted out. Let's do an example. Let me actually start this over here. Okay, let's say, just as a very simple example, let's say your pension is $4,000 a month. Okay, again, this is not connected with the previous example, the previous numbers. This is a new example. Let's say your pension is $4,000 a month gross. Okay, so this is gross. Okay, before any deductions. The first thing that's going to come out, the first thing is survivor benefits. If you're married, you're probably going to pay for survivor benefits. Okay, if you're not married, you don't have to worry about this, but if you are, you do. Long story short, if you want your spouse to be able to keep a piece of this pension, if you were to pass away, it's not free. You do have to pay for it. So if you take the full survivor benefit, which most spouses do, then it costs you 10% of your pension while you're both alive, but your spouse would keep 50% of this. So if you pay $400 a month to offer this benefit for your spouse, if you passed away, they would be left with $2,000 a month, so 50% of this, okay? That's the first deduction that comes out, is paying for that benefit. That's survivor benefits. Next, FEHB. Okay, FEHB. Obviously, everyone has different plans, but on average, a decent Self Plus One plan is going to cost probably $400 as well. Okay, again, it depends on the plan you have. If it's a family plan, Self Plus One, self only, whatever it is. Let's say it's a Self Plus One, it's about $400 a month. And again, if you look at your LES, you can see what you're paying for your health insurance, but you're going to have to change it to a monthly number because right now you're probably only paying every 2 weeks. So you're going to change that to a monthly number in retirement. Next, what other insurance do you have? Are you keeping life insurance, dental, vision, etc.? Let's say you have some dental and vision, okay? Let's say you have some dental and vision. Let's say that costs you $100 a month, okay? Again, check on your LES, see what you're paying right now. There's that as well. What about long-term care insurance? What about any of the insurance you want to take into retirement? You're going to have to pay for in retirement. And then last and not least, let's say taxes, okay? Taxes, okay? Let's say you pay 20% in taxes. Now, the average person, 20% is probably a little high, but just to be safe here, maybe it'll be closer to 600, but I'm just going to do 800 just to be safe here. Again, it depends on your tax bracket, the other income you have, but let's say you pay $800 in taxes, okay? So let's add these all together. So that's 800, that's 900, that's 1,700 of deductions, okay? So while you started at $4,000, after everything comes out, you're at $2,300. $2,300 of actual take-home pension. Take-home pension, okay? And this is critical to understand that this is not what you're going to get in your bank account every month. It's this number, okay? You've got to understand net, after all deductions, what is actually left. Because at the end of the day, you understand this now, that even if your salary, let's say, is $200,000 right now, Do you actually get 200 grand in your bank account every single year? No. You got to pay for Medicare and Social Security and taxes, and you're saving into TSP. There's a ton of things that come out of your paychecks right now before you get down to net. The same thing is true in retirement. Now, the things may be a little different in retirement, but there's still these deductions you want to keep an eye on. Your federal pension is taxable. You are going to pay federal taxes on that. You may also pay state taxes depending on what state you're in. You're going to pay things. You're going to have your insurances, survivor benefits if you're married. You're going to have deductions, just a matter of knowing it to make sure you understand the full picture before you go into retirement and get surprised. So I hope that's helpful. If you have any questions, stick in the comments below. We have an incredible community of federal employees that are helping each other, and definitely check out the description. We put a ton of helpful resources for federal employees and federal retirees right in there, so check those out. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.